What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Tretch in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver, and whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Regina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Hey! Welcome, everybody. Welcome. You know what? The views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV Live or its affiliates. And guess what? We are the affiliates, so you can't hold us to it. That's right. Well, you know what we have today? You guys know we do it big and we do it strong when it comes to relationships. So we're going to talk about relationships again today. So if you want some relationship knowledge, let's do this. What's up, Moby? Let's welcome my partner right here, my race.
What's happening? Y'all ready?
You got it.
Y'all ready for some relationships? I had to make sure my phone was on silent before we got on into this.
That's right. That's right. We don't want no disturbances when we get real deep, do we?
That's right.
We got here, man. Here goes somebody who knows a lot about relationship, Kevin Mack.
Hey, what's going on, family?
Matter of fact, Kevin Mack got what? 60? You got about 600 cards now, don't you?
No, 300. 300. I got 300.
Okay. I know you'll be full of something out today.
I was only allowed to put 54 in the book.
Okay. Hey, Marcy. Let's
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
I'm not even going to try. I ain't even going to.
Delavale. Hey, everyone got a hat, but Marcy?
Go get your hat, Marcy.
I'll be right back. Hold your thoughts.
She said, hold your thoughts. Man, y'all ready? Y'all ready for this?
I am so ready.
I'm telling you.
So what's the theme tonight, Gene?
Relationships. Come on. Relationships. All of them.
Okay.
You know how we do. Mo. We talk about one thing, then we move it to the next, then the next, and then the next.
I got
next thing you know, people over there throwing things and knocking their TVs down and computers and throwing them out the window.
Screaming at their kids, putting them in the corner.
Hey, what they're not doing is throwing the phone anymore because phones are expensive now.
You ain't lying.
Hey, I'm telling you.
You know what? I never thought in my whole life
that a phone would be this expensive.
$1,000, yeah.
That you would finance your phone.
Right.
I haven't financed it, but
right.
Damn.
But I mean, $800, $900, $1,000. Woo! That's a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, the nice thing about it, you can get a phone with OK credit. You can't buy a house or anything else, but you can buy a phone with OK credit.
But think about this. They kind of built that into the system. You know, you got to have a smartphone just to do about anything. So.
Yeah.
Including these relationships. So, you got to have a smartphone to text your honey.
Oh, there you go. I like that. Me and
with Black Cat.
We got the Black Cats. Okay.
See, I left my black hat upstairs. Daggone it.
Yep. Look, this is a biracial Dope Living.
You know what? Don't even start.
So hold on.
You couldn't resist, could you, Kevin?
Wait, let me do a Greg.
You couldn't resist. Well, let's get started with this, guys. Okay. We got a lot to talk about with relationships. Our roundtables are always off the chain.
Yes.
listen to this question. I don't know who posted this, but I was like, ooh, can money buy love? Can money buy love?
No, period. Let's move to the next question.
Hey, wait a minute.
I don't know.
Wait a minute. Money can buy love, but it can't buy love forever. It can love you for right now,
Wait.
but not forever.
Okay, so let's say it can buy love, but not. It can buy fake love, but not true love.
Ooh.
No, ooh, wait a minute.
Ooh.
Wait a minute.
So
Fake love, not
you don't
true love.
think
Wait a minute. How do you buy fake love? Is that before the Mercedes is in your name? Or is that before the
That's
mortgage is in your name?
Like, babe,
Either way.
I love you. Why you buying me all these, giving me all these gifts and taking me on all these trips and things? And I love you, and that's the fake love that as though I do love you. But then when the gift stopped or the money is gone, or I've drained you dry, pretty much. You know, hey,
drained all the love out of you.
Ain't no love.
I think I want to talk about that for a minute, this fake love. So do you think that if somebody goes in with the premise that I'm just going to get the money, that they can't fall in love with that person?
Oh, they can. But I think they can eventually maybe fall in love with the person. But for me, if that's all you're looking at, just think about if that's what you're so used to. And just like God gives you the money and gives you the material things, God can take it away. And if you lose it like this, you know, let's say on stocks or something, you owe back taxes and they come in and swipe everything that you have. But then all of a sudden, you know what, you can't do that for me.
Come on, let's be real now, y'all.
You know, like
let's be
what?
real. Let's be
What's
real.
love got to do with it? It was all money.
Let's be
Wow.
real. A relationship is about love, and you cannot buy it. I don't care how many times you try to slice it.
Well, Greg Gray says, when I was in my 20s, I bought love for 4 hours.
We didn't say lust.
Help
we said
him.
love. We said love, not lust.
You know something? It depends on it depends on how he or she says she loves you. Is how long your love lasts.
Yeah.
Wow. So it depends on how they say it.
Oh,
Not how they say it.
It all depends. There's a difference. When I'll tell you what true love is. All right, and this is unconditional love. Buy a dog, and he chews up your favorite sneakers. Bring a child into the world, and they kind of tell you, "Mom, F off." Okay? F off.
You can get rid of the dog, but you're not gonna get rid of that child.
Well, it's the same thing. If you're a dog lover, you know that because that dog loves you unconditionally. That you can skip a meal. You can have him hold it 2 hours longer and whatever. And he'll come home. He'll wag his tail, and he says, "I got 15 minutes before I spray the living room. Let me out, but I love you."
That's not
So,
even.
you always have to remember when it comes to the emotions of the heart, everything is subject to change. You ever see a couple together and you meet him or her and you go, "Man, he's got everything going." Wait a minute. Damn, who's that you're with? Because, "Oh, that's my man, that's my wife." And you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, somebody hit them with the phone book. Look at that." So, you can buy love over time, but can you keep love? That's a different thing.
That's what I said.
That's the question.
Fake love.
Yeah.
So our little brother Chris says, "Love is not a noun. Love is a verb. That means action.
It's not a person. It's not a place. It's not a thing.
That's
it is. It can be a thing. Love can be a thing. It can be a noun.
It could be both.
Yeah.
I don't know about the noun thing.
Yep.
It could be both. It's an emotional response.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how is it love with no action?
I got a Heisman Trophy. I love my trophy.
Oh.
That's love.
Yeah, but that's not a person.
It's that you said a verb.
Love.
It doesn't have to be a person to love.
There's no action. That's still love.
People love their money. That's not a person.
Okay, we're gonna say people.
Right. How can you love a person with no action?
You know something? Remember I told you the story about the individual that found out he wanted to get engaged over Christmas, and he found out his fiance to be had a life-threatening disease.
Right.
And he still proposed to her 30 days after, knowing he would lose her 30 days before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's action, though.
Yeah.
There's action in there. He proposed because he knew in 30 days he wouldn't have her anymore. So the love that he had for her gave him
Mm.
the action or the want to ask her to marry him.
Okay, y'all want me to break it down for you?
Break it
Break it
down,
down.
Marcy.
Can I
Break
get
it
drum
Now,
roll?
down. Break it
Drum
down.
roll?
Break it
noun.
down.
Love as a noun can be like what Kevin is saying, an intense feeling of deep affection. And then, so that's a noun. It can be a noun. And then the love of the verb is the action part of it, showing love and
Let's see
affection.
what
Way to
Greg
go.
Gray has
Yeah,
to
it's
say.
a,
I'm in love with Mary Jane. She's
She's
my
my
main
main
thing.
thing.
maybe let him fool around.
Uh,
She made his heart sing.
but that wasn't
And when he's
that
feeling
wasn't a
low,
person either.
Hey, that's
That
action.
was a drug.
That's action.
That was a drug.
All right.
Wow, I
Okay.
guess we could debate about that all day because
Yeah.
yeah.
the white hats say no and the black hats say yes.
And the black hats win.
There you go.
Come
All
on,
right, you
Kevin.
called it.
Wait a
You
minute.
called it. You called it.
Let me go to the next question and let's see if we can all agree on this or if it's going to be, the black hats against the white hats. Does being single too long make you tough and bitter or does it make you wiser?
I would say might make you. We can go either way, because it can make you wiser being older. Hush, Chris.
Black hats. Wait, you lost.
No.
That's the That's the final word right there.
Okay, I'm old. I forgot your
Says
question
who?
that quick. He threw
Does
me off. That
being
threw me off.
single too long make you tough and bitter, or does it make you wiser?
I think shut up.
Duh.
Duh. I think it can go both ways, because some people get bitter because they're out there and they're, like, I want to say, running after the wrong person or doing this and doing that, and they're not finding that one person that they're looking for. And so they might be bitter. And you know how you hear some women, all men are dogs, or the men saying all women are dogs, vice versa. But then it could also be that you're out there because you're older, you're wiser, you know what the game is, and so you're not for the okie doke anymore. So so you've been out there for a while because or because you choose to be single for a minute. It might be job, it might be so, you're dealing with your family or something of that nature.
Well,
So it could be either way.
I think it's both too. I won't agree with you. One, I mean, if you've been out there and you don't get hurt, then you start learning, hey, I might be doing the same thing over and over and over again. Maybe I need to, wise up.
Get back.
You know what? I kind of differ with that because older does not make everyone wiser.
No, not all the time.
No.
And some people don't learn just because they're
From
by
their
themselves,
mistakes,
or just
right.
because they're making that mistake after mistake after mistake.
Yeah, 'cause
some people don't learn from it. They
I know-
continue to bump their head against the wall.
And that's when they sometimes become bitter because they're not learning. Like I said, they're not learning, and they're going back and back and forth. And so now it's like all men are dogs, but you keep choosing the bow wow. But this might be a pit bull here and a poodle over there and a Rottweiler over there, but it's the same. It's still a dog. A dog is a dog is a dog.
One of Marianne's
and
girlfriends is like that. She she's been single so long. She's been single, I guess 40, about 30 years, 30, 35 years. And she keep dating the same dude. Different dude, same attitude,
Same spirit.
When Nita says she was single for 6 years, it gave me time to heal, to heal and reflect, gain self-love, and prepare for my new beginnings.
Now she
And that's what you should do.
she came to the conclusion. That's what I was going to say, because you have to realize sometimes taking space, and especially space within your own self, the bitterness is not always based on the relationship. The bitterness has come with life experiences or lack of life experiences itself. People don't realize that most of the time in life, careers, or everything else, the obstacles that they have in their way, that's making them bitter, making them resentful to the life they have, are obstacles that they've placed in front of themselves and have not lowered. And sometimes when you are smart or emotionally intelligent, you seem to find ways to chip away at those little things that prevent you from going to the next level of your life, not necessarily great relationships, but next level. So I think the biggest thing is understanding who you are. And a lot of times you'd be mad at yourself because you have not identified within yourself exactly who you are. And you're
Yes.
bitter because of that.
Let me read what Chris has to say. Chris says, love is not a person. You can be in love with a person's action.
And that's kind of
And
like
Charlotte says, agree totally with Kevin.
Hey,
and that's
Charlotte.
what
Kevin.
Oh.
And then Chris also said, I've been single for 10 years and it's about finding yourself and healing. But during that time, I found peace of mind.
All right, Chris, you said it better than me. Way to go.
And you know what? One of the things that people see, so many people use the time that they're single to reflect on the negative things that they've been through. And instead, you should use that time to, like Chris and Charlotte and Nita said, find yourself, do some personal healing. But most people don't want to be by themselves long enough to do that.
Right.
Greg says, facts, Gina.
Yeah, they go from relationship to relationship, and like you said, then they bring the other baggage in. Let's say like I'm dating Maurice, and then that was a bad relationship, and then we break up. Now I'm with Kevin, and oh, you acting just like Maurice, or you expecting Kevin to be just like the one you were with prior to that, and so you bring in all that negative energy, and then you want to say, oh, but it's really you. You haven't taken time to heal. And what was your part in what happened?
Well, I can guarantee you when you date me, you won't remember Maurice.
Shut up, Greg.
I don't know if I want to read that, Greg. Take that down. But think this is a relationship. If you let it, think about if you're traveling and you first you're gonna leave out with this small suitcase with a few clothes in it. It's kind of it's not that heavy. You got your little suitcase, and then you come back and you never unpack. And then that pillow slip, not a suitcase, but a pillow slip with just a few clothes in it. That pillow slip is still on your shoulder. And then when you get ready to travel again, you grab another small size suitcase and you add it on top of that pillow slip. And then you come back and you never take that suitcase or that pillow slip off. And then when you get ready to travel again, you add a bigger suitcase. And then you keep going. And then eventually you hump down like this because you got all of these suitcases on your shoulder, all that baggage. And you can never stand up straight and you can never have a good time. That's how you can make your relationship if you don't start unpacking. If you don't start unloading all of those different suitcases that you traveled with.
Yep.
Yeah. See, that's why I travel light. Overnight bag. That's it.
You know what?
So you just throw it away, Kevin, huh?
No, you know something? Yeah, I am easy. All my relationships have been long-term relationships, and I don't get involved because the one thing is I know who I am. I know me. I've got some addictive behaviors, some things that I like and that I'm into. I work my butt off. So it takes a very special person that's got their stuff together in order to connect with me. So when I say I travel light, I don't like carrying in a heavy load. I don't, I'm an introverted person, but I project myself as an extrovert into the world because that's what I have to do in order to put me on the platform I need to be. But I'm a homebody. I'm the type of guy that will buy a house in the woods in a cabin, go out and fish in his underwear.
Oh no!
I hate to tell you, I look good in my underwear.
TMI. Chris says,
go ahead, Marcy.
Chris says, you can't hop from one relationship to another. That was my problem. 10 years ago was my first time being single since the 4th grade.
Dang.
Maturity is a part of healing.
But see, that's the reason why I wrote my book, Dating with the Full Deck. I had a young man that read my book on a plane trip. He returned a week ago, and he says, "You know something, Kevin? I don't know if to hate you or to love you." He says, "I've been on all these dating apps," and he says, I realized I was only on there for sex." And he says, when the sex was over with, I realized there wasn't a lot to it. He says, "I got to get out the dating apps because I need to find out who I am." The same way Chris just said that he had to have some space to live his life and discover who he was. And once he found out the lane he was in, then he opened the door to oncoming traffic. God, that I should have wrote that down. That sounded pretty good.
You go back and play it back. Go back and play it back. Byron.
Yeah, that what Byron says, it's not a bad idea to keep them for a good time and not a long time. There go Byron.
Player.
Here we go with
No,
Byron again.
Byron says it right. You have to be honest from the day you open the door to what you are looking for and what you're expecting. And the person's got to be open to receiving that information. If you're only looking for a good time, there's nothing wrong with telling someone you're only looking for a good time, but they're in the same space. A good time could be a lifetime if you start to have a good time together. Because remember, what makes a relationship is not the fact how deep you fell in love, it's how many experiences you share together.
Well, I've only
Wait
had
a minute, let it settle for a little bit before you speak.
Let it marinate. Let it
marinate. Go, let that marinate. Great.
Fill in the blank. Dating with a full.
Yeah.
I hate Greg sometimes, and this is one of those times, Greg.
That's Greg watching from YouTube, y'all.
Kevin, what card is that from Dating with the Full Deck?
That was original. That's the reason why I keep writing things down. Every time I experience a conversation and the conversation makes you think, I write it down because those are conversations that need to be had. And relationships depend on the individual and what your life experiences is. It's a matter of who. It's like the tango. Some people got rhythm. Some people just like to dance, and they dance like no one can see them. And other people are just right on step every single time. And that's when you find that one person is that the beat, no matter what day or what night, that you guys are in sync.
Well, Nita looks like she's in sync. She says, "I'm enjoying my new relationship. For the first time, I am the lady in the relationship." Wow, that speaks a lot. Yeah. Charlotte says, "I've been married for 43 years. It's a job whether you're married or single. You can't keep looking for Mr. or Mrs. Right. You have to nurture and be truthful and be straight up." I like that, Charlotte.
I like that. I like that.
Hey, Tree.
Hey.
Yeah, that is so true.
And there's no such thing as Mr. or Mrs. Right. It's the person that wants to be right for you right now.
And it's basically whose mess you want to deal with, because we all got mess.
We all got it.
So yeah, there is no Mr. or Mrs. Right. But just knowing that something that Charlotte just said, actually, whether you're married or whether you're just dating, either way, it's a lot of work. It's not going to change when you say I do.
Yeah. Relationships, period, whether it's a romantic relationship, a work relationship, a family relationship, it's going to be work because it's give or take no matter what. Sometimes you have to compromise. Sometimes, you just got to agree to disagree. So it's work no matter what type of relationship it is.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I've only had 2 relationships, long-term relationships in my life. The first one lasted 10 years, and the second one is 30 years, which is this was total. So we've been married for 25. We've been together for 30.
Wow.
And I'm sure it wasn't easy. I'm sure it was not easy 30 years.
I'm just saying a lot of people look for the easy anything, The first thing you got to remember, anything worth keeping, you're gonna have to work for it. You're gonna have to work for it. That's right.
You don't even appreciate it as much if you don't work for it.
Yeah, that's true.
See, I love Brother Lang's conversation here. Go ahead, Marcia.
Yeah, it says most of the problems people have sex before they get to know each other.
So
they like or love their representative most of the time, and then be mad when you get to know the real person.
Ain't that the
Absolutely.
truth?
He also
52
says, I
cards,
need
That's,
52
that's
cards
true.
will tell what you're going to learn in an hour and a half, what you would learn in 6 months. Dating with a full day.
Chris, come on with your green. Do I have some green right here?
So
Well,
you
you
know, like I was saying, you take the good with the bad. I mean, everybody's got something, you know, something on them, and it just how much tolerance.
Right. What
that's
you're
it. That's
willing to
exactly.
tolerate,
I mean,
put up
That's
with.
exactly what it is.
if you can't still stand people to smoke weed, then don't mess around with somebody that's smoking.
Yeah, because
You know?
guess what? You'll accept it in the beginning, and then as
Exactly.
time goes
Later
on,
on,
you're
that'll be a
gonna
catalyst for a
start
breakup.
resenting that
Resenting it,
person.
yeah.
You're gonna be upset. You're gonna be mad.
Mm-hmm.
But why go into it if you don't like it? Like,
Right.
Do you know
That'll be
you know what
a,
it is you want to deal with and what you don't want to deal with.
Do you know why that is?
Why?
It's because most people are saying maybe I'll be the one
You
he'll
can change
change for.
mm-hmm.
Wow.
You're asking for it.
Yeah.
You're asking for it.
Yeah.
And see, especially with men, women got to understand, in order for us to change anything, we have to be able to justify changing our behavior. So if you make us feel a certain kind of way and we feel comfortable and safe, we can justify some of those changes. And then the other thing is, once you get into a relationship, you've got to realize, and women do it very well. And I hate to sound sexist, but you do a great job of separating the men from the herd. We don't have that gift to keep you away from your girlfriends or whatever. But once we get into a regular relationship and our buddies are single, we happen to do more things as a couple than as we did when we were just hanging out with our buds, because that brings conflict.
No, Byron. Byron said sex on the first date is an excellent opportunity for getting a second date. Oh, no.
Let me reply to that, because I mean, in some cases it can be true what Byron just said, but those are the people that's not really looking for long term. They're just looking to get their rocks off. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, I just want to interpret it for some people that don't understand what rocks are. It means that diamonds, aren't really a girl's best friends until I don't know what I'm saying.
Before we move on, let's officially welcome our little brother, the chairman, onto the show.
I just came on so we won't lose our Irish fans. I mean, don't nobody have a
green. I got a
green. Okay, I'm colorblind.
Mine is in this background back here. Mine is back there.
But thanks for supporting our Irish fans, though.
Yeah.
Hey, my last name is McLemore. I'm Black Irish.
Yep. You have to understand the rules of dating, and you have to commit to the vows if you're married. You have to deal with the unknown challenges maturely. I didn't change my husband. He wanted me, and he made the sacrifices. Laugh out loud. Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's the same thing I just said. Right. She gave the long version. A man's got to justify his changes.
But another thing we got to look at too, Kevin, we got to look at this too. That most of the time, men think that they're getting, AKA GTD is what it's called, getting the draws. But most of the time, women are getting the draws. They just,
they don't
like,
they don't come out like that. Do it.
Us men.
Get the draws.
I am
come out like that. Do it.
Chris, I'm going to speak to you as an elder. There is no such thing ever, unless it's a crime, as a man. I've said this before, as a man getting lucky. A woman knows every single time that when it goes from first base to home base, ain't no man going to talk a woman into doing something she hasn't already planned to do.
All right.
I don't care how big of a player he is, how big your pocketbook is, and a nice car. If she ain't feeling it, I'm going to tell you, the golden gates will stay closed.
Right.
Well,
that's right. That's what we have to do.
But that's what they say, though. They come out saying, "Yeah, I could have had her if I wanted to."
Yeah, but that's the thing about it, Kev. That's what we have to really, as men, understand. You know what I'm saying? because we
That's when you
think that,
grow.
oh, we got the gift, the gab, we got all of that. A woman knows within the first 30 seconds to a minute, maybe a minute and a half, if they want to sleep with you.
Yep.
They know. It's up to them and when they're going to give it to you.
Yeah,
That is the question.
I'm going to refer back to the very first chapter of Dating with the Full Deck. Men are like Olympic speed skaters. They want to go for the gold medal in world record time. And women, hey, they want the gold medal too, but they want to do the long program. They want to go out there, change a couple outfits. They want to pick up some roses. They want to run around and go, "Hey, girl, how you doing?"
They run in the 3200. They run in the 3200 out there.
Yep. And then when it happens, she's gonna hurt you.
Golly.
And then once that happens, we sit back and we exhale and we go, I ain't going nowhere now. I ain't going nowhere.
Well, Greg says, y'all, please buy the book. Buy the book, y'all. Buy the book.
This is the other thing too. Like back to what Byron said. Sex on the first date gets you a second date, and that's true, but it's not for the man. It's for the woman. Because if you didn't please her the first time, you're not going to get a second date.
Yeah, that's true. That is real straight for real.
That remains to be seen. If that
Oh no, that's a fact. I've been there.
Charlotte says we have
that time between the fourth grade and 10 years ago. Yeah, I've been there before.
Charlotte, you're right. You do have the key. You are the gatekeeper, and only the chosen few. Unless you get multiple keys and you're just handing them out to anyone who wants to come through the gate, you are the gatekeeper.
And wait.
I think they're the lock though. I think they're the lock. So they basically locksmiths, I should say. They're basically seeing which key fits and can fit for a long time.
So once that guy gets that key, once he get that key, then he's good.
Once the key fits, and she likes that fit, right?
Okay. So let's talk about your when you have those special things at work. Do you think your partner would be cool with you having a work husband or wife?
Yeah, come back again.
And you know what? I've worked with people who have called others their work husband or work wife, so I know it does happen.
Hey, I'm me personally, I'm secure. I don't have that problem, but it depends on how long you're working with your work husband and your wife.
What I come to realize is that only one side can have a work husband or a work wife. So, like, she can have a work husband, but I can't have a work wife. It was one of those types of
Byron said, when I was single, I didn't care about keys. I was a
You know what?
D. Go with your bass out.
Papa was a roller.
All right.
I think it's a form of distrust to me when someone is at work and they have that special time with someone at work where they feel close enough to call them their work husband or work wife. I think it's a form of disrespect, because that's telling me that you're that as close to this person as you are with your husband or wife at home.
That's called emotional intimacy.
You're not that close to your wife.
That's called the emotional intimacy, where you're going to someone, like you just said, maybe you're not that close to your spouse. So now you're going to someone else to talk to trust and all of that. So, yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
You can say you don't have a problem with it, but at the end of the day, the work husband or work wife will be an issue. True.
So think about when
Thank you, baby.
I don't know. I feel like that they're using that person to fill a void of what they're not getting at home.
Yep.
But it was a situation though where the work husband and the work wife at work, where come and chill with the spouse's real spouse. Like they knew about each other. And it wasn't anything that was crazy or out there. You know what I'm saying? It was just like an ongoing joke. But they knew of each other. Most work wives don't know about each other.
Yeah, I think in some situations, and it's not in all situations, that when you are in a relationship and you guys don't have mutual friends and you have someone that's outside that you give a title that you don't share, then that brings in question.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's distrust to me. And the point you made, Kevin, is they're friends with this person, but your spouse isn't.
Right.
I got a question for the women. Is it true? Is it true that women have a mechanic? I'm just gonna put boyfriend at the end. A mechanic boyfriend, a go on a date boyfriend to get food that brings food boyfriend. Is it a such thing as a cut the grass boyfriend? The laughter.
One man got 6 men.
Right.
So that sound like, what's that movie? She's Got to Have It. Is that the one where she had to have a man for every little detail?
Right.
Byron said, if you're not sleeping with a work person, many times it's not much different than a long-term marriage.
Damn.
You know what, Chris? The answer to your question is yes. I think at some points in a woman's life, yes.
Okay.
Yes, they do. When you get into a serious relationship, no.
I knew my big sister would be 100 with me.
Oh yeah. This one over here, take care of that. Get the $600 to pay that electric bill.
That's right. That's what I said. That's 600. 600.
Greg said, "Lord, be glad I'm not on." We are.
He's on though.
You are.
Hey, Greg gonna pop on real quick. What?
Oh, you know he's gonna jump in.
But you know what? That work wife, work husband thing, that's not for me. I think that's you got to nix that. But have you ever asked your spouse or your significant other? Have you ever asked your significant other if you're doing everything you can possibly do to make them happy? And if you haven't, why haven't you?
So, can I answer this before anyone else?
Go ahead.
It's not your spouse's job to make you happy.
That is absolutely
right there.
True. Say that again.
Chapter 6.
It's not your spouse's job to make you happy. It's
but
your
a lot of people in relationships think it is.
Yes.
But it's their job to keep you happy. You're supposed to come in a relationship already happy.
That's right. They cannot make you happy. So when people go into relationships saying, well, he don't make me happy, then you got to look within yourself. Why aren't you happy?
Right.
I was in a relationship like that, and I was like, what really makes you happy? And the person, he told me, he said, I don't know. And I'm like, well, really?
You said, I don't know.
12-year-old ass.
Look, sounding crazy, grown man.
I don't know.
And it was like, okay, but you expect me to try to figure out exactly what it is to make you happy. You have no clue what will make you happy. And I told him, I said, it's not for me to make just what was that, Kevin, you just said, or Chris, that is not up to us to make them happy. They should be happy within themselves coming into the relationship.
And that goes back to our first conversation of someone doing things for you in the relationship. Is that love? Are they buying your love? And if that's what's making you happy, then they are buying your love.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it like too. Yeah, you got to look at it like this too. A woman, most of the time or all of the time, wants to feel secure. You know what I'm saying? That she doesn't have to go, quote unquote, and have the 6 boyfriends. You know what I'm saying? She wants that one man that can do all that for her. Right. So, is it buying love? Maybe depending on how new the relationship is, but it's by the fact that she's secure in giving that man whatever he wants. You know what I'm saying? Because he's taking care of the house. He's taking care of everything that needs to be taken care of.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Byron said, I would never ask my wife that because trying to make someone happy is like trying to feed the belly of a beast that would never get full.
True that.
Charlotte says, true. They must continue to make you happy through all the detours, ups and downs, and life challenges. They must be willing to continue to make you happy. So is Charlotte saying that it's their
up to the
duty
person
to make you happy?
Well, you know something, and I may be wrong that Charlotte may be saying, because what happens is that once we get over the initial point of now we are a couple and we're in a relationship, it's those little things that become big things that tear a relationship down. Those little things, it's just like when I get up on Sunday mornings and I detail my car, I detail her car first. When I get up in the morning, yeah, I do. Yep. It's just like, you know, I work almost 7 days a week, but what happens is after I do my show on Sunday, I go through and I clean all the bathrooms. She knows I hate cleaning the bathrooms, but the thing is, and I'm going to say this out there, I clean better than she does. She cleans like a man. She cleans around things. I move all the furniture out of the room. I clean the baseboards and whatever because I like a clean house. That's my way of saying, you know, we have this home together, but I want to make sure that every single time you come into the house, that the house is comfortable for you and it's brand new. That's showing your appreciation for not adding on to the already stressful life a woman has, because our lives for men, we're simple. We just go out and do shit and whatever, make money, come home, proper feet up on the floor. And as long as our bellies are full and we got someone that snuggles up to us and don't tell us the ending of a movie, we're pretty content. But, you know, there's a whole process and finding out that level that stimulates a woman to the point that she looks at no other man.
So you just said a whole lot, Kevin. You just said a whole lot. And Greg says, oh hell no. She can ride in mine.
You tell it nobody's car. But you know what? I knew a guy.
He said you better be glad we can't put emojis on here.
I knew a guy that was like that, Kevin. He said that he cleaned better than his wife. As for she had weak wrists, and so he said as far as mopping and sweeping, he was better at that and certain different things.
She played him. He ain't got
that's what he. That's
my first wife. My first wife did that to my laundry. She took all my white clothes and washed them with colored clothes, and all my whites came out. I came in and showed her how to do laundry, and I've been doing laundry ever since.
No, his thing was, like you said, he cleaned better than her when it came to mopping the floors and things, and he preferred the way he did it.
Great. He said your clothes are racist.
They didn't want to mix,
my goodness.
From the man of Greg Gray.
But Charlotte says, I still put on my Daisy Dukes. She said wait a minute, let's start with her first comment. I get up and detail my car and my husband's. He washes dishes when I don't feel like it. He still hangs with his old boys, but she puts on those Daisy Dukes.
Kills all that. So y'all need to go home.
Go, Charlotte.
Y'all got to go. One of the things, everything that Charlotte wrote, Charlotte knows how to keep her man coming home. A lot of women put so much drama up there. A man gets delayed coming home.
What the hell?
Yeah, when he got that woman putting on them heels and them Daisy Dukes, forget the boys. He's going straight home.
And no drama when he come home too.
No drama. No drama.
No more drama.
She know how to keep a man.
It's a setup. She's sending a picture of the Daisy Dukes, and when he get home, she in the moo.
You know what?
Stop it.
Here we go.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Let's welcome. Oh, look at it. He just came on to do the crooked lips.
He did the movie Greg face.
Ooh, Charlotte said 43 years. Yes, Gina. Girl gone. I got you, girl. I got my 5-inch heels up there.
Okay,
Hey.
I can't compete. I can't compete with that.
She
I'm
said,
I'm,
no
I'm,
moo
I'm
in my
hey, look,
house.
She said,
I'm
no
only
more in her
45.
house.
I
All
can't
right now.
compete with that.
I know, girl. I'm getting them 5-inch heels out.
But see,
Told you,
and
boy,
that's
those
where
fall.
you got to come in from day one, of expressing to your partner what you really want. Because I'm going to tell you, the morning after, I always know if I want to stay home, if I can't take my eyes off of her when she leaves the bed and go to the bathroom. If I'm still looking at her and goes, damn, I am so lucky.
One more time.
Look,
But
I'll be 80 years old with them heels on.
No, you won't.
But
Yes,
I will
I
tell you.
am. Watch. And Robert gonna be looking at me like, yeah,
You don't have them
mama.
heels on at 80, all right. They're gonna be on your arms. You're gonna be walking to the bathroom on your arms.
You got to keep doing what you did to get them.
Charlotte is a superhero. I agree with that.
Charlotte's a super. There you go, Charlotte. You know what? Charlotte can write a book on the opposite of Kevin's.
Yep.
Dating with a
She
full
can-
deck, the
Hey,
man's
we
version.
should do a whole thing and bring
Charlotte can
people.
come with the woman's version. Yeah, shoot.
Yeah.
She giving y'all some good
Hello,
stuff
Greg. How are
there.
you?
Hey, Greg.
What's
Mr. Greg.
happening, Greg?
Look at he all
I
dressed up. He
think
look
Greg,
nice.
I think Greg just came on to make the emoji faces because he couldn't put them up there. That's the only reason.
No,
Greg,
man, y'all been talking. I've been sitting here with my people, man, and I'm like, hell no, hell no, hell no.
We know you got something to say.
Look, number one, man, I ain't never seen niggas so soft. Okay, look, y'all need to.
What you talking about, man?
But is it being soft or is it being real?
Right,
Being real.
right. Why is it soft? Why is it soft? Because a man is showing emotion. Because society say they shouldn't.
I got answers, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
At 80, your mate can wash you, but he can't iron you.
But you can iron her, you can iron her wrinkle ass, all right? You can.
Yeah. No, Greg.
See? Start your ass.
No, that's
I'm getting my spray. I'm gonna have my spray.
That long reverse aging spray.
This would be a good time to show that video again, so everyone knows what he's talking about.
Why don't we do that?
Hey y'all, I know. Don't be shocked. Yes, I really look like this, which is why I decided to let y'all in on my little secret. So a long time ago, I bought this stuff from Germany. It makes your skin tighter within like 5 or 10 seconds. My husband has never seen me like this. Not even my kids have seen me like this. So feel special that I'm letting y'all in on my little secret. So you spray it on your face like that. And then you wait about 10 seconds. Normally it does. And just watch as my skin starts to get tightened. It knocks about 10, 20 years off of you. See? Don't take long at all. She's back.
Hey, look.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
You know what's crazy?
Does that work for everybody, Park?
Hey, that's great. What's the word, Greg?
Trickery.
Film.
She said tear.
That's grading. That's
Special effects.
No, it's
special. It's special effects because if you know how you can tell it's special effects.
Filter.
When she goes from older to younger, look at her eyebrow.
That's what Marcy said.
That's what I kept telling them. They kept saying, "Nah, Marcy."
That's what Marcy said. Marcy said her eyebrows got darker.
Yeah.
Wrinkle releaser and
she had small eyebrows, and then when she did that, they grew and they were darker.
Now, let me ask you a question. Just hypothetically,
that's right.
If that was your wife, I'm just putting it out there just as a joke. You didn't want to sleep with the before, but you only wanted to sleep with the after. Is that cheating on your wife?
No.
Her body was banging. I don't care what y'all say.
No, it was
because
low.
she wasn't that
it was
old.
low. She had that top on. It was low. That's why I said you spray it.
That's what I said the other day, though. That's what I said the other day, man. Does it work on the boobies too? Because if she got her boobies dragging the concrete every day, and you spray that on there and they pop up like some ice.
Hey, run around with a short set on her chest.
I would get her the family size. I get the family size jug of that. You know, who says jug?
Look, every man that have a whole cabinet full of that at the house.
I'll be buying stuff.
Hey, look, not just men.
You see what
Women
Byron
will
said?
too.
What did she say?
Charlotte said, "Wait, yeah, and what's she gonna do when she wake up one morning and her face look like a dried up prune?"
Ooh.
The building next to her will be
You're
cold.
gonna be in trouble because she said her husband ain't never seen her like that.
Or she runs out.
Ooh.
How's she gonna get to Germany?
Or she maxes out that credit card.
Exactly. Try to get
it.
Man. Yeah, you know, when I saw it, I thought about, I'm sure over time, there's going to be some repercussions.
There's always a side effect.
Consequences and repercussions.
There's going to be some. Let me ask you guys this. What if you met someone and you got deep into a relationship and then you found out that they had a tattoo of their ex? Would that be a deal breaker? Should they have it removed?
No, it's a tattoo. I mean,
if we got married, then then I would. Yeah, I want you to change it if we got married. But
that only becomes a problem.
Change the tattoo or something.
Yeah, anything that happened before me, I can't do nothing about it. But by the time she with me, she'll have a cover up. I ain't tripping.
I ain't worried about the cover up. That's gonna be my target.
Greg, why did you come on? Good Lord.
Oh man.
You should have got it on.
That's why it's not a good idea to tattoo people's names on your body.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as you tattoo someone's name on your body, you know you're breaking up.
Oh my goodness.
It's just a matter of time.
That is true though.
Why?
Tattoos are forever. Tattoos are forever. Relationships not.
Yeah, but don't y'all hate it when they get them tattoos, man? Like they get them cherries, they be all nice and red. By the time they get 47, them cherries are rotten. They just all
like prunes and raisins.
I mean, it was like, God.
You know what that mean though? You know what that mean though? That mean they're not taking enough showers. They're not watering the cherries, so they drying
up. Chris, go ahead, boy.
They're not taking good fruit.
Byron. Tattoo means nothing, but we're having a virtual threesome.
Byron.
Well, technically, he's right because she's never stopped thinking about him.
Charlotte said it was there when they met. If that person loved her or him, then it should be removed or covered without discussion. Now, see, Charlotte, you're going both ways now, man. Come on. Either you're going to be down with the comedy or you just going to be serious. All right, let's make it. Hold us down.
Look, I can't.
Let me ask you a question. And I hate this being graphic. Will it kill the mood if a certain position, if the name is right in front of your face?
Heck yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
How many people? How many people make love with the lights on? How many people make love with the lights on?
I like making love with the lights on.
Ralphie was here.
He said,
hey,
but you know what?
I want to see
as soon as I see that they've been branded by that person, I know that hey, it's some deep feelings there.
You said
they come branded.
That's what it is, pretty much.
They are branded.
Sometimes it's it was a young mistake.
Yeah, like I had a first name on one cheek.
If they just got it. Yeah, if they just got it in their 30s, past 35, then it's something to think about. But if they got it in their early 20s, mid 20s, it was a.
Nita said, "Don't have a name or anything, but my ex did a tattoo, and I have referred some of my male friends to him." Well, her ex did her tattoo. Byron said, "Not all. I can think about someone else."
Well, yeah. If you see that tattoo pop up, man, call it something else. If it say John, say Josephine. I don't know, something. Make it look.
Make it look like you're trying, huh?
Put it in your head. You know how they say when people, when you're in front of a crowd and you got to speak and you're nervous, picture everybody naked. Okay, picture the tattoo somebody else's name, man.
That's gonna kill the mood.
Yeah.
It's gonna kill the mood.
Only if the tattoo say Tyrone. Okay, I mean Tyrone is just timeless. That's timeless. You can't change that one.
So it's only one thing that can change the tattoo. It says if it says this belongs to Tyrone or this belongs to somebody else, then that probably would change something. But just the name, I mean, I just said it's being young and dumb. That's what happened.
Yeah, but Chris, when you're young, you get hickeys. You don't get tattoos.
No, when you're teenagers, you get hickeys. When you're in your 20s, you get tattoos.
Yeah, you better not let me see a 20-year-old with a gang.
If I see a 20-year-old with a hickey on, I might shoot them.
I'm sending them to Vegas. Fuck Chris to shoot them. I'm sending them to Vegas so Chris can shoot them.
What you say? You gonna buy the ticket? Wow,
you're a grown ass man and woman.
I'm like, what is it like? Seriously, like, when is the last time you really heard of people getting hickeys?
That's so old school. That's real old.
I remember a young lady when I used to work. She was in her early 50s, and I looked at her. I said, "You have hickeys? I mean, all over the place." And she looked at me. She said, "I'm married." I said, "But you old." And everybody like they kind of laughed.
That's different.
I'm gonna tell you.
So then you would have if you saw someone with a hickey, depending on their age.
Believe it or not, 30-year-old
what do you feel
woman
about
that works
them?
in my job. She came back from a vacation with a hickey on there, and all I did was shake my head.
You can strategically.
Was she on vacation with her husband?
No, she's single, and she's a girl that dates for sports. And I said, you just told all your business.
Date for sports, okay?
Yeah, they call it sports.
Okay, so if a woman is married and she goes out of town and comes back and she has hickeys, you would think less of her?
Not if she's married.
My ex-wife went out one day, man, and she came back with hickeys. I didn't understand them.
That's Greg.
Say it again, Greg.
My ex-wife, she went somewhere one day. And
okay, I didn't hear the X. I didn't hear the X part. I thought you said my wife went away on vacation and came back with hickeys.
She came back with some hickeys. I didn't understand it though. I wasn't that dude doing no hickeys, dog. Okay, if I'm gonna leave a mark on you, nobody else gonna see it.
I never liked hickeys on me, and it don't take much.
It's a man trying to tell the world, "This is my woman."
Mm-hmm.
Y'all do all that.
I was like, "Don't mark me," and like I said, it didn't take much. With this,
you know, the thing in high school was, the hickey thing was a high school thing. It's pretty much like the bottle Pepsi back in the day. Like, you don't see it anymore. And you don't see that anymore when it comes to hickey. So if I see somebody 2022 with a hickey,
you don't.
But you know what we should do? We should make a drink called Hickeys by Dope Living. Make it a drink.
Let's call it Dickies. Hey, look. Byron said, I once dated someone whose mother had her name tattooed on her, and it was odd for me when I saw that tattoo on her mom years later.
How did you see the tattoo, Byron?
That's Miss Trinidad. That's Miss Trinidad.
Mothers need love too. Mothers need love.
That's Miss Trinidad. Older women get hickeys. You just don't see them. Where they at, Lanita? Tell me where.
No, they look like bruises. I fall and I can't get it back up.
Well, I used to tell people in high school, I was like, nah, you ain't wearing makeup. Your mom don't let you wear makeup. You got a hickey on you.
Oh, that's what they said. It was makeup.
Who made that word?
Yeah, the foundation they used to put on them.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm gonna look that up. Who made that word up? Hickey. Who the hell made that word?
I don't know. We did back in the day. I guess.
Somebody from Indiana. From a hickey town.
from
that person probably used to live on McKinley.
Oh.
Nah, I think it was the
Roosevelt. Was it
Cleveland? I think it was.
Probably was McKinley. Between Cleveland and McKinley.
I saw you.
That's where it was at.
Oh, you got jokes.
Well, you know what? Here's a question for everyone. If a woman makes more and has better leadership quality, should she be submissive?
Hell yeah.
Of
That's
course,
the
you're
that's
gonna
the
say that.
no,
I mean,
no.
my
Let's keep it
question is
100.
why?
That's the natural order. Okay, just because she makes more, that's the way it's supposed to be. That's what it's in the Bible. Okay, it's in the Bible. So you keep those Bible principles. You all gotta stay. I'm trying to stop you from talking, Maurice. They got. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Go ahead, Maurice.
Oh Lord.
Go ahead,
Maurice.
Right.
Go ahead. I
have
was
nothing to
joking, bro. Come on now. Go ahead.
Anyway,
Maurice didn't find that funny at all.
What you call it? What you call it? What you call it? Oh, there you go.
Go ahead, dude.
But anyway, no, I mean, I'd be comfortable with it if she made more money than I had. It wouldn't make no difference to me as long as the respect was there. I wouldn't care.
But she said submissive, being submissive.
Yeah. Do you think the woman should still be submissive if she's?
I respect her. I mean, I wouldn't worry about her being. In other words, she'd still do the same thing she's always done.
Exactly.
You got no problem.
It's more. That question is more society driven than anything.
It is
because it's a situation where
some guys
women
can't get past that.
actually make more than men make.
Yeah,
and has changed already.
Right, and the society has designed it that way.
Yeah,
to keep. And I'm just going to use our culture. I'm just going to use our culture just for an example. And I'm not going to say to keep the black man down, but really to keep the man down and let the women be on top. It's been that way for over 30, maybe 40 years that I can go back and think.
Right. But it's a reason for that. That's to break the families down.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason for it.
Because in the 70s and 80s, it was putting the men in jail and taking the men out of the homes. You know what I'm saying? And in the late 80s, 90s, it was the women making money on this level, on this scale. It might have been a little bit below men, but after 2000s and all of that, it just went up. And women are still protesting to make more. You see what I'm saying?
You got to remember our culture. Black women actually are a double hit for the employment. If they're looking for a black and they're looking for a woman, they cover two of those immediately.
And there's a book out there. I'm gonna do this plug real quick. There's a book that talks about that, and it's called "She Makes More" by Don DeLavalette. Check it out on Amazon.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
She makes
she's
more.
serious. She mentioned that book before.
It's called "She Makes More," and that's what it talks about.
Well, Byron says biblical principles are fine, and if she is submissive, then I will provide comfort and healing with thy rod and thy staff.
Yeah.
Byron,
right on, Byron. Right on.
You need to come on our relationship show. Show your face.
With thy rod and thy staff.
The other thing is that's important. You've got to realize the money doesn't make the relationship. The responsibility of his needs and her needs is what makes the relationship. And if his needs require for her to be submissive, it doesn't make a difference how much money she makes. It's the responsibility of making sure you meet the needs of your partner.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I bet if we went around a panel and asked the definition of submissive, we would all have a different definition of it.
That's true. I mean, because you got to look at it this way also. Submissive. Men want women to be submissive because there's not a lot of masculine men out there anymore. It's not men that don't know how to be men because coming up they was raised by what? Women.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why men have to stay in a child's life.
Right.
Especially if you're a decent dude.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Because if you really know and saw what a man looked like, it can be your uncle, it can be a father, it can be a grandfather, but if you have that male authority in your life, you know what it takes to be a man.
You know what? Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's put some life coaching in it.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Life Coach Jeff coming to you live. So real quick, I want to give y'all just a little bit of coaching for right now for the day. So listen, I was sitting down yesterday and I happened to be in the presence of some people. And it looked like some people had something they had to say about myself. So, I just want to tell y'all, never get distracted by other people's conversation pertaining yourself. Do not get distracted by other people's conversation pertaining to you. Because I'm going to tell you this, real talk, man, real talk. If people are talking about you in a certain way or what they think their perception of you is and they've never spoken to you at all, let them talk. That means you're doing something right. So this is for my people who are who keep to themselves. This is for my people who don't make a scene. This is for my people who just kind of they do their own movements and they don't say much to people, but they just do their own thing and people speculate. Do not get distracted by other people's comments about you. Don't do it. Because you know people may have something to say about you. You know people may think a certain way about you. Let them think. Because the thing is, when they see why you had to make certain moves or why you kept certain things out of your life that could disrupt your peace, you know, we talked about finding that inner peace yesterday. So different things and different people can disrupt your inner peace. So let's be real, people. You're not trying to throw shade at nobody. You're not trying to say you better than everybody. Get that in your head. You never want to get to a point where you arrogant. But when you distance yourself from people, talk will always come. When you keep to yourself, people will always have something to say. So with your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations and different things you got going on, don't let that distract you. Because that's all it's there for. It's something that the enemy kind of puts in other people to throw you off of your game. But you are better than that. You are greater than that. And you are going to accomplish everything that you said you wanted to accomplish because you chose to keep out all of that negative stuff. That's all Life Coach Jeff got for y'all today, man. So remember, redirect.
All right.
All right. All right. Yes.
He said redirect what? He said redirect what?
Yeah. I got somebody doing all of this stuff, man, and it's
okay.
Shout out KB. It's kind of messed up. Ain't got it real good yet, but let's redirect, regroup, refocus. The life coach Jeff, what's his last name?
Relevant.
Real Ford.
J Real.
Saturday they got an event, the Cures Business Tour, Saturday, March the 19th, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Go there and get your coaching.
Hammond, Indiana, very close, y'all.
Yeah, tickets can be bought on Eventbrite.
Yes.
So Gina, your question about being submissive if the woman makes more, and one of you made the comment that probably all of us will have a different definition of being submissive, a woman being submissive.
Right.
Can we? Anyone want to elaborate on what their definition of a woman being submissive in the relationship is? Hola.
My definition is bringing femininity to the relationship. We both can't be hard legs.
Somebody had to have that soft middle.
Okay.
My definition is different.
Mm-hmm.
My definition, I imagine a woman walking behind the man when he says something, she has to agree with it. There is no not so much as talking back, but disagreeing with what he's saying. To me, that's my definition of submissive. So when people talk about a woman or a wife being submissive, that's what I get in my mind. That's my definition.
Okay, well, with me, with a woman being submissive is more of being the woman being able to share her opinions with her man and validating what he's saying as well. And in the end, because I do believe in the man being the head of the relationship and trusting that after you guys have talked about things, trusting him to make the right decision. That's my definition.
I don't know. I don't care too much for that Gina's.
I don't either. It's gonna be interesting.
I mean, I love you, sis, but I mean that right there. I mean, that sounds like a slave.
And and that's why
Speaking of slaves, my idea of submission is after 10 o'clock, go into that one room with the whips and the chains and tell her, don't you say nothing.
That's
What's your name?
submissive.
Don't say nothing.
That's submissive.
What's your name? What's your name?
But you know what?
What's
That's
her
why a lot of people hate to hear the word submitting and submission, because, like what Gina's saying, a lot of people like to look at it as meaning, woman, you don't have a voice. You just, let the man be the head. Don't say anything. And that's not the correct meaning of being a woman being submissive.
Well, one thing I want to say about that is society did, and that's how it was. That was the meaning of it.
Actually,
and that's how society described a woman being submissive.
No, that's what it used to be for sure. But it changes like inflation changes. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to a certain period in life, like the rules that we live by in our 20s, we don't live by in our 30s. And the rules we live by in our 30s, we don't live by in our 40s, and so on and so forth. Such things change. So when it comes to being submissive, I mean, a woman should have a voice in the relationship with a man, marriage, and all of that. But the thing is that he has to understand it as coming from a woman's perspective. That's why I said it has to be bringing the femininity to the relationship.
I think the greatest thing a guy can have is being open, with his wife. I mean, his wife is a part of that relationship. So guess what? She has a voice. And a lot of people take that craziness, what the submissiveness, but she's got to be, no matter what you say, you lay down the law, this is the way it's gonna go. That is the stupidest thing in the whole wide world. You know why? Because we make a lot of damn mistakes as men.
Yes, we do.
You have to look at where the word submissive comes from, and it comes from a term where the master beat the strong out of his slave. You look at a dog, when a dog bows down to you, he's being submissive. So it means that someone has to be conquering that person. I mean, me personally, in a relationship, I don't want to have my better half submit to me. I prefer someone strong, someone that is my equal, someone that I can share life with. I don't want someone to cow down to me because I roared louder. So you've got to look at where the word submissive comes from. It means that there's someone else that's dominating that person, that has broken their will to be who they are.
You know what I think? I think submissive, seriously, is just checking your ego, at the door. I don't care how much a person makes. I don't care how much they bring to the table, okay? But I don't even like the word submissive, all right?
Anything.
It's kind of subjective, but, if you can be accommodating, you know what I'm saying? Be accommodating.
I like that better.
Each other. And that submissive word is just too subjective to me.
And that's what I think, that just the term and the way it sounds kind of gives me a negative vibe.
Yeah, and it's the mindset of the people too, who
right.
is also the mindset. And like you said, because like some of the older people looked at submit as, like, woman, I told you to do this and you're gonna do this, or else, and things of that nature. But like Chris said, things change.
Yeah, and it's another thing you have to look at too. And this is just relationship not being man, woman, or being friendship, best friends, or whatever it is. You have situations where you can be submissive in public, but correct them in private.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I don't even consider that submissive, Chris. I feel that that's respectful.
Yeah,
well,
respect.
It's
totally.
true, but being respectful is also being submissive.
Hey, Byron says no stress, no drama, financial responsibility, high libido equals submissive. Charlotte says submissions is to submit to that person. I'm not saying I'm not staying away from no
Shine.
Okay, whatever. when we want to express my feelings or address behavior, I will with respect. I think she's saying that that's controlling.
And you know what you just said about being able to express your thoughts and things as well, and that's kind of like what I was saying. Being able to share your comfortable and being able to share your opinions and things also.
Right.
Yeah.
Without
And
trying to
that's
down the guy or or being disrespectful and things of that nature. Both of you should
yeah.
be able to
Yeah, that's a
express
part
your
of
feelings.
being submissive too, being respectful. Because if you're not respectful in a relationship, quote, aka submissive, when he says something that you don't agree with, you're gonna try to check him right there in front of everybody else.
Yeah, that's just totally disrespectful to me.
You need to get beat down on that.
Man, I've
Right.
seen so many of those relationships like that. You walk in the store and a woman's walking like 10 foot behind the guy, and the kid is just beating the crap out the mom. I'm thinking to myself, dude, man, if that was my mom or somebody, be flipping in the aisle,
I just make sure I'm acting up in the bread aisle, because when she throw me, I'm landing on something soft.
She might throw you to the other side.
We just knew not to act up. Period.
You know the speech when you went in the store.
Yeah.
I have this is probably our last question, but I got to get this one in because man, this is a loaded question. If a woman can terminate a pregnancy, why can't a man terminate a pregnancy, i.e., abandon his child?
We talked about that, yeah.
I mean,
I don't want no part of this question.
I'll take it. Look, I don't think once the
chairman is
conception is done, that child's alive. Okay, I'm not the one that believes in abortion. Okay, and if the child comes, and I think that's what you're saying, Gina. Once the child is here, you got to take your responsibility. You got to take care of that responsibility. That child didn't ask to be born here. Born, he didn't ask to be here. So take care of that child. All right. I've seen so many. And a lot of these kids use the excuse, well, my daddy wasn't around. My daddy wasn't around. That's why I'm like I am. Okay, I think it's true. I think that's true. In a majority of the cases, I think it's true. And they say that a mother cannot raise a man, raise a boy.
No, because there are things we just can't teach them that a man can teach. We can talk about it, but it's not the same as experiencing and being there with the man. And I know with working with the school system, it was you can see how the children, especially like in elementary school, when a man would come through, like someone's father. In Indiana, there was a group called, I think it was called Dads, and what they would do would go to the different schools. And they would talk to the kids. They would be seen throughout the day, be in the lunchrooms and things like that. And the behavior of the children was completely different. And it started changing now that there were men involved, regularly in their lives, even though it was just at school and school functions. So yeah,
well, you're saying we all say that, a woman can't raise a man, but what about in a same-sex home?
Hey, look, I'm not. Look, if
going deep.
Jada, you trying to get us banned? You trying to get us banned
with that little bump on your?
Get us banned. Hey, we love the alphabet gang.
We do.
But that doesn't mean that doesn't mean we don't love them.
No. My question is, can that same-sex person who is now the role of a man teach a boy to be a man?
Or vice versa when it's two men.
We can't answer. Well, what we can do is this is what we can do. Wait, real quick, Kevin. This is what we can do. The men will have to be quiet, and we will let the ladies answer it. Because if we say something, we might get flagged.
Well, no, I'm gonna let
Byron
answer this.
How many of us on this panel?
Hold on, Kevin.
Wait a minute, Kevin got it. I mean, Byron got it.
Hold on. I'm gonna let you get back to that, okay? Byron's gonna answer this. That's why all of my kids are like Maxwell Hall's coffee, good to the last drop, because swallowing beats birthing every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So, what was the question?
Go on with your bad self, Brian. You got to come on this show, man.
Yeah, let me ask you a question.
Wow.
Just a show of hands, how many of us on this panel know people or have people in our social circle that are same sex raising a child?
Not raising a child.
Oh yeah.
Okay, raising a child.
Not raising a child.
I've had conversations like this with people of same sex. And the answer is when you look at a child that would have been abandoned, that would not have known love. All right. There's always in a same sex relationship a dominant person or closer to what we think is a male in the relationship. What all a child knows is he's loved.
So it doesn't matter to them.
It doesn't matter to the child. The child does matter. When the child is abused, then life matters to him because he's confused. Because when he walks into Greg's home, and
Hey,
sees
hey.
Wait a minute. Let me finish. Let me finish. When he walks into Greg's home, or Moby's home, or Chris' home, or Gina's home, or Marcella's home, and sees that child is in a home with loving parents or a loving parent, and he walks through and he's in an abusive situation, and I will tell you, I've learned from experience, confuses the living hell out of a kid. I spent half of my childhood trying to get the affections of my father. And when I went in every single ward, every single significant event in my life until I got through my first marriage, I couldn't understand why Greg, Chris, Moby put his arm around his child and my father shook my hand.
All right.
So when you talk about what goes in the psyche of a child's home, love does conquer all. And then that child will grow up when he's 16 or 17 and decide on what type of man he's going to be when he becomes a man for the child he brings into the world.
So you
I
saying
give my answer once we go off air.
the gender? You saying that gender doesn't matter? Love does matter.
I'm not saying gender doesn't matter, but love does. When it comes to a child that doesn't know any different, love does conquer all.
Okay, but I think so let me go back to the question because I'm getting a little confused now. I thought the question was, hold on.
Abortion. It was about abortion.
Right. Yeah. That was the initial question.
Well, then we talked about, then someone made a comment about, can a woman raise a son, a boy, or whatever?
Well,
so
the comment came, I think you made the comment that a woman can't raise a man.
Right.
And so I asked the question.
Greg said he said that.
Okay, I asked the question, can a same-sex in a same-sex household, can the dominant woman raise a man?
But she's not a true man, so
only a man can raise another man.
Right. I'm like, no matter how you want to act like a man, you're still not a man, and you don't have that male experience
and
as a man.
And the other part of your question, Gina, is that it's a woman's choice from the moment to the end of it. It's her choice to bring life into the world. If a man's about anything, he's got to, regardless if he wants it or not, he's got to step up to the plate. Otherwise, he's not being a man.
Well, the real answer to this question is practice safe sex.
Off the air.
I said that last time. Don't ever say
I'm trying to get us a condom sponsor.
That's
Go grab your Trojans or your Maxim.
The last time we had this conversation,
bring it on.
Don't send your soldier out into battle unprotected.
Right, exactly. I mean, because it's once you lay down unprotected, you know anything can happen. Even if he quote unquote pulls out, she still can possibly get pregnant off of pre-ejaculation. It can happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's situations where if you don't want to have to go through it, just birth control.
Before this get too left, man, we got to get out of here. All right. Pre-ejaculation.
Hey, Greg, we got 7 more minutes to be wrong.
Hey, man, ain't no such
to be wrong.
Ain't no such thing as pre-ejaculation. If you're gonna do it, just do it, man.
No, it happens though, bro.
I will be fireman Bill up in this bitch, man.
It's situations where women say, yeah, they ready, and they want to stop in the middle. That don't mean
Where you get these props from, bro?
Hey, look, I'm gonna keep going to see how much stuff he can pull out.
Greg and his special effects. Oh Lord. Oh,
Oh no.
Trust me, brother. If you need that.
I'm just saying.
Oh Lord, he got me choked.
Anyway, better be glad I didn't have a core bottle with the squirt top. All right.
Oh no.
I'm done. Anyway,
Gina,
that's a strong 7 minutes.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, real.
Byron said the screwing you get is not worth the screwing you. It's all wet over here now.
What'd you say, Greg? You're like, dang, I got it.
Hey,
Greg,
look,
here's a towel.
hey, Greg, you got to finish the show. You got to finish the show in the West spot.
I like this right here. The screwing you get is not worth the screwing you get. That's why they got prenups, right?
Prenups and
that's why they got condoms
and pre-ejaculation. Hey, it's time to get out of here.
Oh Lord.
You're first, Gina.
I'm done.
What else I can say? I am done. That is Dope Living Live.
Chris, Marcella, we're gonna go around the horn, Chris.
That's Dope Living Live.
I said what I said.
Kevin.
I'm just gonna say always be the first-rate version of yourself instead of second-rate version of someone else.
No,
yeah,
I'm gonna agree with Kevin. And
what you doing? What you doing?
keep it covered. Keep it covered. Keep it covered.
Going slow so it can last.
I quit.
Keep it covered.
The word of today's show is pre-ejaculation.
Let's get serious for a moment.
Good night.
All right.
I want to say this. No, I ain't got shit to say.
I was gonna say no because I can see it in his
I ain't
face.
got shit to say. Who's this? One more time. Who's this? One more comment here. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hey, Lenita.
Hey, man, we had a great week this week. DopelivenTV. We had really a great week. All right.
We had a great time.
A lot of stuff's gonna go on. All right, and it's good to have the whole family on here at one time. Everybody looked at Chris. It's good to have the whole family.
Well,
on here.
we're missing Jeff.
Yeah.
We're missing our life coach.
He's in the background, but he's here.
We always have Jeff. Okay, this is the let's roast Chris right now. Let's shame Chris right now moment. All right.
No, that's
leave my baby brother alone.
Did you hear what Jeff? Did you hear what Jeff just said on his video? Go ahead. I'm all for it. Go for it.
What? That's strong
7 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about what he said in his video. When people talk about you, don't worry about what people say.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me.
I got something to say.
Charlotte,
I got something.
We're gonna plan a Dope Living TV live tour. We're gonna go to Indy. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it right. We ain't gonna do it like Jeff and them did. We're gonna do. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking, Jeff. I'm joking, Jeff.
Hey, have y'all seen that video of the wrestler, the black wrestler, and the white wrestler? And the black wrestler won, and the white wrestler was showing like no sportsmanship at all. Have y'all seen that video?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, there's no need to me explaining it.
Wait. Is that the one where was that the boxing? The boxing
no,
or
it
the wrestling?
was NCAA wrestler. So he won. He beat the person that was ranked 3 in the division, I should say, at 285, and he just showed the dude. I guess he was from Purdue at the time, but he showed no type of sportsmanship. He pushed him in the back. Once he won, he threw his little pieces of his mask on him. When he shook his hand and threw his hand and all of that. The dude that did that is from Maryville, Indiana.
Oh,
wait a minute. You said, wait a minute. Did you say who's the poor sportsman? The one from Purdue?
Well, he used to go to Purdue.
No. You don't talk about a Boilermaker now.
Hey, I'm a Hoosier, so we always talk about y'all.
And I'm a TV host. Okay, this is Dope Living TV Live. Man. Get up out of here. Please. We will see you guys next week.
Monday.
We will see you guys on Monday. All right, peace out. All right.